Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening to B. Ray and Gwyneth. Hi, everybody. I'm back. Susan Winter here, best-selling author, relationship expert, back with my live show, talking about you have had a breakup. You're doing a good job, even if you're white-knuckling it. You are trying to move on, but stuff, external triggers, signs, thoughts keep coming up. I mean, what is going on? Why is this happening? This is the question that I'm answering today. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I absolutely love this show, and I love all of the participation. I'm going to be changing the format. Here's how I'm going to do it next week. Well, same show. I want all of you to write to me. Go to SusanWinter.net, go to the contact page. Underneath media, there's a box that says video requests. I will take one video request that I receive each week and create the Thursday show. But I need it by my Wednesday morning in order to process it and get it through all the design and everything else and get it, I just need to do all the work around it. So I'm looking to all of you to tell me what I should talk about next week. And by the way, when you write me with those video requests, know that I write you back and let you know that it's going to be live. I wrote the person this week, wrote them back. Check your spam. If you send a video request to me, I may just write you back directly, as I did to Conrad. I may answer it directly without doing a video, or I may just put you on this video. Okay, so today, breakups. What is the difference between moving on mentally and catching up with yourself emotionally? All right, this is what we're talking about today. And I know that people are, wow, there's a lot of people here today. Hello, everyone. So happy to have you here. Okay, so you're trying to move on after the breakup, but life keeps throwing you emotional triggers. Here's what's really happening. So this is from Prachi. And again, this is something I just received 2 days ago, and I thought, this is good. Why not? Prachi writes, "Hi, Susan. I love your videos. I wanted to ask, why do I keep seeing a specific person's name everywhere since 1 year after the breakup? It's scary and it's confusing at the same time. When I'm moving on mentally, it just pops up suddenly and reminds me of him. I'm not able to understand what the universe is trying to tell me. I hope you can help." Now, thank you for this, because this bridges on not just the structure of a breakup and the mechanics that we go through mentally and emotionally. It also focuses on your awareness of another playing field above this, the spiritual level that's integrated into our daily life and our emotional life, whether we choose to be aware of it or not. So I'm going to address both issues. All right, firstly, are you resolved? This is important. Let me ask this again. Are you resolved? You know it happened. Maybe you're the one that initiated the breakup, and you knew it had to happen because you were so uncomfortable and unhappy and nothing was fixable. Or maybe it happened to you, but you're fighting it. You just, maybe. And that little bit of hope is a little flicker. And then that means you're unresolved. So if you are going to be where you are, you must be where you are. And if you are broken up, you must be broken up in that acceptance. That allows for resolution. And from resolution, we have true forward movement. You understand? If you don't allow all of yourself to resolve this, and again, it's a process, I understand. But if there's a remnant bit that's unresolved, Prachi, that's why this stuff's coming up. I'm going to list another couple of factors that it could be. Another thing, did you have closure? When people don't have closure, and they haven't made that closure sentence and they've done the work to do the closure. This is what my book, well, my audio booklet, Breakup Triage, is all about. I think the number one step is you have to have closure, even if they didn't give it to you. You must have closure, or this thing is going to live in your mind, because it's not dead, but it's not alive. So it's just going to take up space, and churning is the obsession. My definition of obsession is probably different than Webster's dictionary or Wikipedia. My version of obsession is the inability to create a logical understanding around this bizarre situation. It's either you don't want to believe it or it doesn't make sense. And so the mind keeps looking for an agreeable answer. I see that you have questions. Thank you. I'm going to, let's see, maybe I should just stop right here. Okay, I'm going to stop right here and I will answer your questions. There are 3 more aspects to this. Natalia, hi, hon. You write us. We appreciate that. $5. Universal conundrum. Why is every time you are off the market, everyone and their mother are now reaching out to you for a date? Works every time. Perfect, perfect, perfect. You're not tense. You're not fighting. You're not resisting. You're not wondering. You're not begging. You know, there is an absolute magic in being in the present moment, doing your thing. Okay, as a female, think about it. Isn't it awfully seductive when you see a guy just driving ahead of his business? He's driven, he's focused. He's not like checking at the girls around him. He's got something going on. He couldn't care less. He's doing his thing and it means something to him. That's a very attractive person. When a woman is not, giggling and cooing and kind of looking and hoping, or even acting cool and aloof, which says, I'm insecure, but please break through my barrier to come talk to me, then you just look so attractive. I'm going to tell you, I've said this before because some of these are just great analogies. I have so many women who write me and say, it was the worst day of my life. My hair was dirty. I had a pimple right in the top of my nose and a baseball cap. I came from the gym, didn't even shower. This gorgeous guy asks me out because the last thing she was thinking about was trying to impress somebody. And so it's an ownership of that moment. I would, if you want to date, and I'm sure you do, I would really look for the emotional and mental pattern that you had in that moment when you were totally focused on your life. What were you feeling? What were you thinking? It was just like you, right? I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You're excited about your life. That's very seductive. So you're aware of you, not how can I get you to be aware of me? You understand? That's the trick with that. Now we have something else. Oh, isn't this cute? Sooner and Swiffle. Hi, Sooner and Swiffle, $1.99. If you have a question for me, when we put it out into the universe, it is thrown at everyone, LOL. Okay, Sooner and Swiffer. I'm a male and started to focus on me, and I was focused on me the whole time. This is how I literally appeared. No conceit. It is realistic. Fantastic. Okay, so Sooner and Swiffer, this is, you're new to me here, this name. If you've been watching before and I didn't see you, thank you so much for introducing yourself to all of us. If you have a question, let me know. Okay, now, one, you have to ask yourself deep inside, are you resolved? 2, did you have closure? I've got a side note about this closure. I have a client that I've been working with on a special package. I'll do that for clients. Like, okay, I'm going to see you for 2 months straight. Every week we're going to talk and here's your assignment, right? So she is terrified. She never got closure. The partner of numerous years just ghosted. And nobody's speaking directly, but she wants the information from a mutual friend and is now afraid to take the phone call to find out. I'm like, you've got to just walk through the fire. So there's no moving forward until we can have a conclusion. That's why people suffer so horrifically when they hang on to a relationship in hope. And that's why I think that's worse than putting a full stop to that segment moving forward, rearranging your energy and your mental focus, being a new person, looking, smelling, tasting, energetically being a new person. And then your partner, somehow ex, sees you and goes, wow, that's not what I left. I didn't like what I left. Now I'm curious about this new thing. Okay. Okay. So Sly, hi, 10. Thank you so much. Sly, I appreciate this. Do you have a question for us? We'll find it if you don't, my fabulous mods at work. Sorry for the grammar. Sooner and Swiffle, I do that all the time because I guess now we would say that I'm a little dyslexic, but my fingers go in odd directions, and you'll see this, and oftentimes when I say hi to all of you. So let's talk about, here's another reason that the universe would have you noticing, oh, this person kept noticing this person's name, right? Is there something you need to say? And this has to do with resolved, but it's more back on you. Is there something left unsaid? Were you the one who was at fault and you never really apologized? You were just so embarrassed, you just kind of pulled away. And, it's not that you want them back necessarily, but there's unfinished business. If there is unfinished business, yes, the universe may start tapping you for your awareness. That is something different. That is a possibility. Do you need to say, I'm sorry, even if it's a long time past? And if you do so, I would qualify it by saying, I didn't show up as well as I'd like to. I'm terribly sorry for any hurt that I caused. I did the best that I knew at the time, but I have been prompted, seeing your name everywhere or hearing a song that was our song, and I heartily apologize, and that's why I'm writing. I think that was unfinished business on my end, some version of that's your language, and then it's done. Then you won't hear those prompts anymore. Or do you need to say, you hurt me, you really hurt me, and I never told you that. Whether you read this email or not, whether you listen to this voice message or not, I need to say that for me because I need that for my processing. I tried to pretend it was all good. You're not bad or wrong. You did what you did, but I've got to do what I have to do, and that's to let you know how I feel and speak up. Okay. Tudor Rose Tarot, $5. Thank you, Tudor Rose Tarot. Do you have a question for us? If you do, please let us know. Let's see. We've got a lot of people here that are going through this stuff. Okay. All right. Another thing. Why would you get signs and signals and external triggers? The mind notices what it notices. And once it notices something, it keeps noticing it. All right. My analogy that I use all the time, and for any of you that are outside a metropolitan area where there are New Yorkers that have never had a driver's license. My first boyfriend never had like, how do you not have a driver's license? He said, we don't drive, it's like, you never leave New York? No, why would I? Everything's here. Like, okay. If you're in the process of buying a car, getting a new car, you're going to start to notice cars. And you will be looking at cars when you're driving. You'll be looking, and suddenly it'll be like you open up a magazine and there's a photo of a car. You're someplace else and you see a car. Never again in your life, until you're going to buy one again, would you do this. It works with everything. Okay. You're looking for a certain hairstyle. You're looking for a color of a house. I was trying to figure out the paint color I wanted for my home. And I'm looking at every wall, partition, office building, trying to match the color. And do I do that now? No, of course not. But when your mind is fixated on a specific thing, it will call it into focus. Remember, our minds are recording 24/7. We couldn't possibly stay aware of all of it, because we would literally lose our sanity. So we eliminate much of the extraneous things that our mind is recording and try to focus on what is needed and essential in front of us. Yeah? Okay, B, you're calling my attention to something. Tudor Rose, my boyfriend of over 16 months cheated on me. Hang on here. Okay, it jumped. B, thank you so much, honey. Cheated on me. He went to a massage parlor. This happened just 2 days ago. He butt dialed me and I heard the whole thing. He was talking to his friend about it. So what do you want to do about this? What was your agreement? I'm not saying it's good, okay? I'm just saying, I love to have very specific agreements in place before I start a relationship so that when we come to this exact moment, I know exactly what I'm going to do because I've already told you what I'm going to do because that's my position on it. When you confront him, you need to be very clear and you should confront him. That's for you. If you don't, you will be unresolved like my client, whose pain has been quadrupled and her suffering has been much longer than it needed to be. Had this lady admitted she was in a breakup and just dealt with it and gone through it, she would be in the 4th week of recovery now and on her way to a new life. So speak to your partner, tell them what you know, tell them how it affected you, and moreover, don't go crazy on them. Get information. You're probably going to drop them anyway, okay? But get the information as to how long has this been a part of your life? Didn't care to share it with me. I guess you knew that I wouldn't like it. This is a massage parlor with happy ending, I'm assuming. What is it about our relationship that you can't cultivate that here? Listen to what they say. You may already know you're packing your bags and out of the door, but hear what they have to say because part of long-standing relationships, the truth is they're messy bits of business, okay? There are a number of our top authorities in this field, clinicians who speak at length about things that happen in a long-standing relationship. We're not for it. People that like monogamy don't advocate for this, but stuff happens. And you have to figure out which battles you're going to fight. What's an infraction? What is definitely, this is the red line, you cross this, you're out. But I think it's worth a discussion. What did your partner hope to get there? Was it the thrill of doing something a little naughty? I think it's worth, you've got to talk about it, okay? So please, please, please do that, Tudor Rose, okay? Hi, Yisa Kabe. Isa Kabe. 5. Thank you so much, my dear. Sly, I can see your dollar payment, but not your question. Could you please type it in again? Gwyneth, you guys are so wonderful. We broke up. Okay, Tudor Rose says, and I am messed up. Okay, you broke up. Okay, let's go back to Tudor Rose. Yeah, normal. You broke up and you're messed up. Okay. This is no reflection upon you. If your partner is a man, I guess he is, you got to understand sexuality for men is slightly different than it is for many females. Not all, but many. And it's completely possible to have a physical interaction without any emotional connection whatsoever. Doesn't make it right, doesn't make it acceptable to somebody that has agreed upon a design of monogamy, but it is a very different thing, okay? So, of course, you're in the breakup process. This is normal. You move on. But now you have a very clear line as to what you accept and don't accept in your next relationship. So you come in with that information, okay? Now you know what you want and what you don't want. And if a person is still a boyfriend and doing this, imagine what they would do 5 years into marriage. So, it may just be okay. All right. And Gwyneth and B, thank you for finding that for me. Okay. Any other questions here? Because some of you have written in. He said he was ashamed of it. Okay. Cost him a big bit of business, huh? Cost him some price. He didn't want to talk about it. All right. If he doesn't talk about it, you can't fix it. You can't figure out where it came from. He's going to live with his shame. You're going to live being messed up. So promise me you'll please, please, If you take Audible, for God's sake, my audio booklet cost me almost $1,000 to make. It's free on Audible. If you have an Audible membership, please listen to it. People, guys, you have no idea what I pay to do these things, okay? And I'm not asking you all for money. So there's absolutely no excuse if you've got 7 steps that you can follow that I know are going to get you out of pain. Just what is it, $2 on, if you don't have Audible, it's like $2 or $3 on Amazon. So please take the time, 33 minutes out of your life. You will get clear. It's the best of what I've got. Everybody can afford that. You buy a Starbucks, you can certainly afford to get better, okay? Now, let's see, who do we have here? Natalia, hi, darling, $10. All right. Just putting this out in the universe, one day some guy is going to see me eating a whole... I'm sorry. A whole rotisserie chicken with my bare hands in my parked car and think she's the one. It's blunt authenticity good. Yes, that means you're that comfortable with yourself. Being comfortable with who you are is incredibly magnetic. You know, no matter how beautiful a woman is when she presents herself, especially in America, we have this weird puritanical cloak, and then underneath this need to be seethingly sexual because of all the commercialism. I think a lot of American women have been fighting their way through what is my organic sexuality, what is right and what is real for me. You know, especially my European men always say, you know, like, oh my God, American sexuality for women is so weird. It's so blatant. And yet at the same time, it's so pulled back and repressed. Girls looking as sexy as they can, and yet inside they're very guarded. So, you know, we have to find the balance in owning our own attractive nature and feeling comfortable with ourselves. And if it's a rotisserie chicken with greasy hands in a parked car, then you know what? What you're saying is, I like myself that much. But we are very attracted to people that are at peace with themselves, whatever their deal. You know, they're amazingly, you know, beautiful. They're not, they're just, confidence is always number one on what people find attractive in another partner. And if you're cool with who you are, that is great. Okay, I'm going to thank you, Natalia. I absolutely love that. Okay, here we have, Jean P. Hi, my dear, $4.99. So nice to hear from you. You sweet thing. If you have anything you want to say, please let us know. Let's see, Sly 5, thank you so much. If you all have questions, we will be looking for them. Let's see. Okay, ready to move on, tired of assuming everyone is the same, trying to manage triggers, but don't want to be too trusting. What to do? I'm hypervigilant, want to love, but tired too. Okay, so here's the funny thing about love. We have to take a leap of faith in order to get in the game. But as we mature and have more experience in handling ourselves, speaking up, choosing carefully the partners with whom we think we should involve ourselves, somebody that we think we can entrust our emotions to, we will find that we get much better at all of this. You will, just number one is resilience. It's just life. Folks, you're going to be dead. I'm sorry. This is not a spoiler alert. Okay, we don't have that much time here. You never know. Every day is a blessing. If you want to go examine somebody, examine somebody. If you want to stay away, but make sure you know why you're doing it. Don't let being scared, you know, what do they say? Get bucked off a horse, get back on again, right? So I believe that refine your system before you get back on the horse again. If you've had a terrible accident, you've been bucked off a horse, you're like, oh my God, where did that come from? Yeah, do a little reflective work, maybe work with a coach or work with a therapist. What happened, what went wrong, and then go back out again and test your model until you get a working prototype of how you want to be and what kind of person you want. So let me go on to a couple more things here, and I will continue to look as my wonderful, okay, Sly, thank you. So Gene P and Sly. Okay. I talked about the mind notices what the mind notices. Okay, so that has to do with triggers. Now, one last thing. Law of attraction in the universe. Okay, is the universe testing Prachi? Okay, is the universe testing you, Prachi? Okay, I just did a video on this because I've thought about this for so long. So it's still sitting in this computer. You'll see it in, I don't know, maybe a month or so. I've already shot it. I do believe that the universe will test us. I do. I mean, I've had this experience. Maybe you have it in a different way. But for me, if I get very focused on, yes, I want this, I'm staying away from that. This is what I want. And I'm not giving up. Sometimes, right before the breakthrough, the universe will dangle something in front of me and go, oh, did you see this? Oh, take a look at this. Oh, it looks good, doesn't it? Susan, I bet you want this. And it'll show me exactly what I vowed to stay away from. In this case, Prachi, if you're seeing signs everywhere, it could be that the universe is going, oh, yeah, are you sure you didn't love that relationship? Oh, yeah, they made you cry. Oh, yeah, it was horrible. You wanted to move on. It's unworkable. You know that. But okay, here, let's see. How do you feel? How far are you in your process? Right? How far have you come? When do we know that it's out of your system? When can we put this person's name in front of you and you will no longer see it? You'll see it, but you won't see it. You'll see it and you won't register. So, specifically for the person who wrote this question today, if you think the universe is begging you to do something about it, go back to what I said in the beginning. Ask yourself, am I resolved with what happened here? Do I have closure? Is there something I need to say that I didn't speak up? Is this the prompt that keeps coming back, and why? And if you find that it's any of those, you may want to think about it. Hi, Nat 8888888. Thank you so much. 5. We do appreciate this. I do appreciate this. Thank you so much. Do you have a question for us? Okay, Jill, sweet. Thank you. Miss M is very annoying because neither Susan or I know why. Oh, we do have these glitches on YouTube. I've written them. I am sorry. Oftentimes I think people try to write. Maybe they're not on Chrome. Maybe something's happening. I do know that this is a Google product and it works better on Chrome or Firefox. I do know that many of the things that we want to do simply don't work because we're not on Chrome. I remember being in Europe trying to fill out some kind of form for going from one country to the next. I thought I would lose my mind. It wouldn't input. I used Safari. It wouldn't input. It wouldn't input. I'd get to the bottom of the page. It would be empty. I was beside myself. But certain browsers have lockouts, I don't know, to protect you, to do whatever. So try a Chrome browser. That might help you. YouTube has had absolutely no help for me. I have written them numerous times. So let's see what we've got going on here. You can either pay for Super Chat, or if you'd really like Susan to address it, you can type it regularly too. Okay. Okay, so we are talking today about triggers from the universe. Let me now shift it to a very generic conversation for those of you who are writing today. Who out there has you've done your work. A lot of what we've spoken about. You've acknowledged that you have a breakup. You have processed most of your emotions. You think you have moved on, and then some external trigger starts happening, and you're really irritated about it. If that's your case, then write to me, and I'll start to look for it here. I want to see the difference between moving on mentally and also moving on emotionally. We don't always go as one unified person moving forward. How many times have you said to yourself, yeah, I know I should do that, but you don't? Or you take the step to do it, but it's not, you know, in your heart to do so. You've done something you have to do. For example, you've broken up with somebody that you needed to break up with, but you didn't stop loving them. And that's where it can become a problem. And this is why sometimes we feel this downtime and this stagnation. I think it's really vitally important in life to keep trying to move forward. Believe me, what you are seeking does not lie in your past. I know how powerful that urge is to try to reclaim the love that you had. It doesn't make sense. They loved me once. Why can't they love me now? What did I do? What happened? And it doesn't seem, you can rack your brain for a year, but the point is it's no longer there. And you have to realize if they've walked away from you, if they have left you, they left a you that they didn't want. And the only way, if you really, really want to get back together again, which I wouldn't, because you're done, I think that segment's done. But if you really are like, oh my God, I got to get them back, you're not going to get them back from what they left. You see? I really want you all to understand that. Instead of trying to go back and pull them back, they walked away. You must mirror their behavior and walk forward because they're not going to find you in what they didn't want. But they'll be very intrigued if they see something new. She's going to the gym all the time. Oh, wow. He was a daily pot smoker. Couldn't get his life together, dreamer, sat on the couch. Now he's actually working. He's really doing his business. He's kind of cleaned up his act. Interesting. The new you to somebody who did love you once is very enticing. At least it can be worth a second look. Nobody wants to lose something valuable. Okay, so I want you all to remember that. So we are, okay, Miss M. Okay, let's see. She has moved on and I'm here dying. I don't know what to do. Okay, well, okay, not to minimize this, but you're not dying. You are experiencing heartache, heartbreak, which is a real thing. It really, really, really hurts. And you feel like you're dying. What's dying is actually the dream that you created with her. This may seem a million miles from your understanding right now, but I promise you, what you think you loved, the person that you think you can't live without, is not actually what you're missing. It's a little sophisticated depending upon where you are in the process, but what you were actually missing is all that you imagined you could do with this person. And you are remembering only now the times that you laughed and giggled and kissed and made love or whatever you did. And you imagine that there'll never be another opportunity to do that, that this is the one only and that's it. And now that they're gone, you're never going to have it again. And that is so untrue. You will have many loves in your life. They're all different. Some are very powerful physically, some are very powerful emotionally, some are very powerful mentally and physically and emotionally. Some are just really comfortable. And there are lots of different ways to love in different places in your life. But I promise you, what you really miss is the dream. It's what you made her mean. It is not the person because people change. People are human. We are flawed. We are inconsistent. We are whimsical. It's just the way it is. I hope this helps you. Let's see. We've got somebody here, $20. Who is this? Anna. Hi, how are you doing? Anne, okay. Aloha, Susan. Hi. Yes, only commenting on the discussion. The universe has definitely intervened in my past relationships for the better. It just didn't reveal itself until sometime after. Mahalo for all of you. And this is great. I'd love to know how that happened. There could be a case where, again, and I apologize, all of you. One of the benefits of not knowing the specifics of this and not having an individual consultation to get to the nuts and bolts of what the real issue is that I get to lay it out in numerous different directions, one of which has to fit for you listening, one of which is going to feel close enough or exact enough to what you're going through. So if the universe has been prodding you and you don't think it's your mind just hunting for it, and it's like, oh, whatever, go into yourself, go into meditation, go ask, what would you like me to do? Now you've got my attention. Okay, what do you want me to do? Do you need to write a letter? Do you need to make a phone call? Do you need to contact your ex if you had an agreeable relationship and just, if you don't even know what to say, this is so weird. I know we're broken up. Every time I leave the house, I see some big sign that says Chris. Either it's Merry Christmas or it's Chris is here, or I'm turning on the news and I'm seeing Chris, whatever, Chris Rock, whatever. And it's just so weird. I feel like I've been bombarded with it. I'm just wondering is maybe I need to just ask you how you're doing. I don't know. I don't know. But the good thing is you do. On some level, here's the beauty of all this. All that I do here, all this every week, and you all do have resources within yourself. All the truth is left inside of you. Our job in life is pulling away all the garbage and all the mulch and tearing off the weeds and getting out everything and getting to the truth ourselves because we all have it within us. Okay. So start to get in tune with that and you will be fine. Let's see. What do we have here? I love this end. Jean P, my super chat. I'm at peace with myself and my doggy friend Nika. Money for a bag of good treats. Oh my goodness, Jean P, where were you? You're so cute. Oh my goodness, Nika, where is she? You know, I had a different chair when she was little. She used to jump up in my lap, and then I had a different couch, and she used to jump up. Now she's a big girl, and she doesn't need me as much. And believe me, I thank you so much. Wait, are you the lady who comes to New York City? I think you are. And if so, you got to write me. Write me care of the media department. I'll have Lauren direct you to that, and we'll make sure that we rendezvous and you can have a date with Nika. Well, I'll show up too, of course. Okay. Thank you so much. Let's see. Okay, let me go back here. Oh, I've missed some. All right. We just putting this out to the universe. Okay, we got Natalia, Jean P. We adore you. Then we've got Sly. Then I think there was something else. Bear with me. Okay, Nate, we got your $5. Thank you so much. I know I missed another one here. Forgive me all. Okay. Natalia, thank you, my dear. $5. To cut the emotional connection, a hair of a dog approach has worked for me. Okay. All right. I love this girl. Okay. Being with another man. Time is too precious to be living in the past. This is what guys do. Not all guys, okay? Please, I know that everybody's unique, but most guys say, hey, dude, the way you get over the last girl is to get on top of a new girl. It does. It can erase it. It at least can reroute you to distract you at best and put you on another course. And maybe you just, blind luck, you get lucky here and there's a good connection. Yeah, that's normally the cure that people have. And I think that is certainly an option. And I want all of you to start thinking creatively. When you're in this ditch, I want you to start looking for what ways out work for me. Forgive me, the lights are very hot here. If am I the kind of person that needs to go through the process of closing myself up in the house for 2 days, watching sad movies, eating a Haagen-Dazs and turning off my phone, and then looking at myself in the mirror going, okay, this sucks, I'm getting back out. I mean, are you the kind that needs to get into therapy for a month? Are you the kind that needs to work with a coach? Are you the kind that needs to journal? Are you the kind that needs to go, ah, that's it. Gonna go, I'm gonna go out hunting tonight. I mean, so you have to know what works for you. I used to write. I used to journal and journal and journal and journal and journal and journal and journal. And part of the thing that I oftentimes have my clients do is I will have them journal and then I have them look for what are the repeating things that they're saying? Because there are these, after all the comes out of you, all the pus, all the pain, we're trying to clean the wound, and it just, the anger comes out and the pity comes out and it just, but then you start to see your inner self is screaming at you. Your higher self wants you to, like, I deserve love, or I need to be treated with respect. And then we start to look at that and say, okay, I circle these things in red, like, wow, this has been a through line for me. How do I attend to that? How do I? I'm asking this person to treat me with respect. Do I treat myself with respect? How can I learn to treat myself with respect? So that's part of the healing process. That is one way to do it. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Natalia. I love this. This is so cute. Let's see. And then we have Mahalo. Okay. So Tudor Rose Tarot says, I kept a journal for 10 years. I write a lot. You know, B. Ray, so I paid twice in Super Chat, and it does not look like my question fully went through as Susan just said my name. Sly, just write to us normally here. We will find it. And if not, please write to me and I'll check when this thing goes onto my website. This is the live when it goes into the whatever stationary position. We will look for that. A date with Nika. Yes. Nika's very popular. And, she may be tiny with those, 5 or 6 inch legs, but she takes those little kitty paws and she just bats the boy doggies into playing with her. And then when she's done with them, she kind of bangs her with her butt, and then she goes into a little place that they can't get her. So she's kind of cute. Okay. Hi, Susan. Great topic. Hey, gnarly cat. How are you doing? I love that. What would Susan do? I love it. I saved that little screenshot from one of your comments. What about when you start getting signs and then you hear from that person? Does that make them warning signs? We don't know. Super, super question, right on target to what this is. Okay, cool. You start to get signs, then you hear from them. You say, when you talk to them, and I would, unless they've been an abusive, horrible person you're running away from, if they're a reasonable, rational person, I'd say, hey, this is so crazy. I've been seeing your name. I've been hearing our song. I've been hearing about the first place that we went out. I've been getting all these prompts from you, and now I hear from you. Perhaps we need a conversation. And remember, you don't always have to talk about the past. You can simply ask them how they're doing today, if it was a good relationship that grew apart, or you could just pick up now and see who they are, because hopefully they have been allowing life's input to change them as well. One of the beautiful things about getting shaken to our core is that we get an opportunity to be reconfigured. Yeah, I know nobody wants to go through the process, but if you're there, I don't know about you guys, but my daily spiritual practice was really good when I was in a lot of pain because it was essential. Now that I'm busy with doing a website and doing these and trying to grow my business and trying to learn to scale and trying to do these different things, I'm not doing the work I did before. But boy, a relationship gone south will bring you to your knees and put your eyes into the heavens and just go, God help me, whatever the God is of your understanding. And I think that that's sometimes not such a bad thing if that's what we need, you know? How many of us really say at the end of the day, thank you, God, that I'm alive. This was a great day. I know some people do as a daily gratitude practice. They're probably some of the happiest people I know. Um, so not for nothing, we can always use these things. B, I see this. Okay, B, you are so amazing. Okay, here we go, B, right. God, I love my girls so much. Really sweet B. Oh, it's because she sent me cookies. Okay, and they start feeling, wait. Jean P, my super chat, I'm at peace with myself and my doggy friend Nika, money for treats, and then we continue. And they start feeling an imbalance but don't communicate their needs. That must be from somebody else or don't work on what is missing. Jean, do you hear that? Nika, did you wake up now? Now you want to talk to Jean, right? She's asking, huh? She's asking you for a date. Oh, I think that's a yes. Is that a yes? That's a definite yes, Jean. We will definitely pick that up. Okay, so this is wait, from Nat 888. You got her going here, honey. Let's see. Okay, wait. We got so much here. I'm going to go back. Bear with me, everybody. I'm going to go to the arrows. Super chats are getting blocked when you use numerals in special. Wow, Natalia Gromoff, thank you so much. I've noticed that the super chats get blocked when you use numerals or special characters. That's probably so spam won't come in. Okay, very good. Let's see. Okay, I'm going back here to slowly read. Thank you. B, I'm going to go back to all of your arrows. Yesai Isa Kabe broke up 1 month before the wedding. Ex-fiance has both of our cats. Oh, since he has a stable job, cats are already bonded. Cats and April are triggering me. Been crying for days. Okay. This is huge. You broke up before your wedding. Okay. What are we supposed to do with this? This is huge. The entire direction of your life has been altered. This is normal. Crying for days. Okay. You've got to create that dream again. You've got to take what you really wanted to experience with this partner and you've got to create a new dream. And if you really want this because you really want it, it sounds like you do, I'd go back to the drawing board. We give up on the partner, we double down on the dream because that's what you really want. Now, you're doubly abandoned because the cats are with your partner. Okay? So you've not only lost, it appears, your dream, you've lost face because they broke up right before a wedding. You probably feel like you've lost all of your self-esteem because now you don't know if you can trust yourself or why this happened. You've lost your cats, which are your support system. And oh yes, that other thing, your prospective partner. I really think you need to get into therapy. Please, please look to see if you have medical insurance that will help you. If not, you really need to talk to somebody as you work your way through this because this is no small thing. And the more effort you apply to healing yourself, the faster you will get better. But if we can't just wallow in it, there's a time to just accept, no, it happened, and then we've got to move on. We have to, okay? You have to move on. But do your processing. Go back to the dream. I'm sorry about all this. It's just terrible. Okay, and is there anything else, Gwyneth? Super chat. Okay, I want to make sure. And they start, hang on, jump to the top of the screen here. Bear with me, everyone. Okay. And they start feeling an imbalance, but don't. So I didn't pick up the front of this, but let's say somebody starts to feel an imbalance, but they don't communicate their needs or don't work on what is missing, even when I ask. Oh, that's Nat. Okay. Not a lot you can do there. We try to do as best we can with our end of the relationship. But there are times that our partner will not move. that there are real deal breakers and there are real battles and issues and challenges that need to be solved. And we find that our partner is either doesn't think they're important, or they're lazy, or they don't want to deal with it. These are not good signs. If what you are asking your partner to do as far as communication or change is absolutely essential, not preferential, essential to your relationship. Remember, we can't control another person, but it's really basic stuff like you need to tell me what you feel. You need to tell me what's wrong. We have to talk about this situation. Then they have to do it. And if they aren't doing it, you need to explain to them what that does to you. It hampers you in that you cannot make a decision alone. You don't want to arbitrarily make a decision, and they've excluded you from the process, and they're kind of doing something that's going to end the relationship. Explain the repercussions of that. Yes, because there'll be direct repercussions. Not dealing with something doesn't make it go away. It makes it bigger, and it's not comfortable to do. I know. I've avoided things. I'm human. I'm really good at the interpersonal relationship things with a guy. I'm really good at that. Sometimes with friends, I avoid conversations. I don't know why. I just do. Like, not all. I'm like people that are on the outer circle. I'm just as guilty as others in certain arenas to certain degrees. It's a process. Okay, we live, we learn. All right, I hope that helps you. I think we've got everything we've got today. I'm going to wrap up pretty soon. You've all been wonderful. I urge you to take a look at Breakup Triage. Again, free for those of you that have Audible. It's only 33 minutes. Please listen. It's the first things you do when you have a breakup and you're just bleeding out emotionally. It's really going to help you. Let's see, I'm still looking here. B and Gwyneth, thank you so much. Now I'm going to go back to you one more time. I've noticed the following pattern in my last relationship. Men meet me and like my energy, values, my dream, and say to want the same until we reach 14-month mark. Wow, that's really specific. A 14-month mark? Wow, that's like crazy specific. And then they start, oh, here we go. And then they start feeling an imbalance, but I don't want to communicate their needs, but they don't want it. I don't know what's up with the 14 months, but I know that there is a honeymoon period. This is much longer. I think you're getting a much longer run with people that aren't really prepared to do a relationship. Have any of these people been married or lived together for more than 5 years? Because maybe this would be interesting. I want you to write this. Let me know. Are you the longest relationship they've had in a while? I've got a feeling you may be getting better mileage out of them than anybody else. Not everybody can go the distance. Not everybody wants to. People love the drugs of the initial high. I mean, the chemicals are the best in the world. And they don't make it past the honeymoon stage because now you're talking about work. Exactly what you're talking about is work, the work that it takes to keep a relationship alive. But why not just start with somebody new and get the drugs all over again? There are people who bail the minute the high wears off. And then if you start to speak up, they're like, I don't like drama. Okay, you don't get, your communication is considered drama. And then they leave. And you're like, what? What? I thought we were doing a relationship. No, they wanted part one. They want only the drug of the high, the testosterone, the oxytocin, whatever, the dopamine. That's all they want. And when that thing ends, so they're not really partnership material. You evidently want a long-term partnership. So I'd start with people that have already exhibited the ability to go beyond 14 months. I hope this helps all of you. One last one before I get off. $5 here, Natasha. Yes, they haven't been in long relationship for a while. So I'm right. Oh my God, I'm going to be the intuitive. I should market myself as that instead. You got more out of them than anybody else, girls. So, like, that's kind of a, yeah, it's me. I get them all. But pick somebody that's already got a track record, right? You may be really expanding these prospective partners, but now we have a pattern. So now we have to think, when you have a pattern, I want you all to do creative thinking. Okay, so if this is happening, what am I really looking for? They all go 14 months. Okay, they all have the same issues they don't want to work on. Okay, what does that mean? Oh, Susan said it's past the honeymoon period. Okay, so I need somebody that's done the test of time and they really love partnership. Somebody who's, I loved my marriage. I loved my marriage. I was destroyed when my wife just didn't want to work on it anymore. It's like, oh, bingo, you're my date. Okay, there we go. I think there's one more. Yes, they haven't been in a relationship for a while. I'm going on a date Saturday. Hey, Jack, how are you doing? But I'm afraid about what this person really wants, me or my body. What should I ask him? Jack, you'll know soon enough. I know you've been down this road before, probably. I would preface this by saying that you enjoy enjoying yourself and that, you're fairly open-minded in that, but you are exclusively now looking for a relationship. You are not looking for friends with benefits. You're not looking for casual sex. You're not looking for a fling. Just give the warning up front. Say, I know you can't possibly make any kind of commitment like that now, nor could I. It would be unlikely, but I need you to know where I'm at with this because I am looking for something meaningful and consistent. So, in your own words, and don't make it a big, heavy thing, you can say it in 2 sentences. Practice it now in the next day or so. Let's see, when is it tonight? Oh, Saturday. You got a couple days. Practice it in the next couple of days to just let it roll off your tongue. Oh, yeah, by the way, just so you know, FYI, don't do casual. Don't do friends with benefits and stuff. And if you're into monogamy, say, hey, I do monogamy. Yeah, I know we thought it doesn't exist, but it does. So just need you to know that. And then done. Now your partner's been warned. Okay? Hang on for what you want, my dear. Okay. All right, my lovelies. I think we've done it all. Thanks to my fabulous, fabulous mods here who keep us all in line. Let's see. Okay. Now, here's what I'd like you all to do for me. I am going to pull one of your questions for next week. I want you to go to susanwinter.net, the contact page underneath media. There's a rectangular bar that says video requests. Thank you very much. We have Sly. Thank you for $1. Thank you so much. And I want you to write me what you want to talk about next week. And I'll probably let you know if we've picked your show, your request. I'll write you and let you know, okay? Because Prachi didn't show up today. And I wrote Prachi that I was going to be doing the show. So we'd love to have you on the show, okay, to see what you think about it. Sign up for my newsletter on the homepage at susanwinter.net down at the bottom. Love to stay in contact with you. This is how we're gathering our lists and communicating with people for the Munich event and for the European tour through Croatia and Sorrento. I want to remind you, in Croatia and Sorrento, I'm on vacation with my friend. I want to set expectations properly. It is a cup of coffee, a meet and greet, because I have to honor my friend's wishes to experience the town. And, she didn't sign up for a vacation with me so that she sees me working all day long. So but she's a lot of fun. And we have some gals that are joining us that we met in the Balkans, and they're joining us in Sorrento. Okay, so Breakup Triage, check it out. It's on my website. It's on Amazon. It's on Audible. Really, really good. That'll really help you if you're going through a breakup. Check out Allowing Magnificence. That is why things are happening. So if you're seeing signs and symbols, you want to know why the universe is doing it, helps you read it in real time so that you know what to do and how to handle it. I will see all of you next week. I'm counting on you writing me to tell me what you want to talk about. Okay? So it's going to be your topic, something you list here. And I thank all of you. Lots of love. Fab show as usual. Gwyneth, B, thank you so much. I do adore my people. You're becoming a mini Susan, Natalia. Wouldn't that be cool? We have a lot of little spokespeople out here. Thank you. Okay, see, Jack, thank you very much for answering my question very late, Jack. Wonderful date. I hope you have a great time. Thank you, everyone. You're great, great supporters. I just adore working with all of you. And again, I'm here to help you and answer your questions if I can. All right. And we are accepting play dates for Nika. Okay, everyone. Love you. See you next week. Bye-bye now. Thank you. Thank you, B. Thank you, Gwyneth. Thank you, everyone who contributed to Super Chat. Bye-bye.